This one of them videos right here that I feel like a lot of people can actually use to make it through prison if they find themselves about to do something to somebody else. Alright? You know, when it comes to doing time in prison, you ain't got nothing but time on your hands, right? Well, you want to make sure if you find yourself in a beef with another inmate that you get them at the right time. So for this video here, I'm going to be talking about that. I'm going to be talking about knowing when the time is right when you decide to run up on your opponent or your opposition. So let's do it. Dom the best, finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga, yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone and my charger don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you ass, you gon' leave airlifted. What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrog TV back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor, man. Make sure you hit that like, subscribe button. And also make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. Welcome back, y'all. Today I'm going to be talking about waiting for the right moment when it comes to running up on somebody in prison and doing what you got to do to them. Okay? I do want to let everybody know, though, before this video starts that I am not promoting violence. I am not promoting that you should go to prison or telling anybody to do this to anybody, okay? I want to get that out of the way, but I am letting people know what I feel like the right moment is when it comes down to having to do something to someone. Now, everybody knows when you find yourself in prison, you're going to be around a bunch of knuckleheads, a bunch of crazy people, a bunch of people that want to harm you, that want to hurt you physically, okay? So if you find yourself, in a beef with somebody, or if you find yourself, getting into an altercation with someone, my whole opinion and advice that I feel like is right when it comes to waiting for the perfect time, to attack that individual is to do it before they know. You get what I'm saying? If you're going to do something to somebody inside a prison, okay, I feel like you should do it to them before they know you're coming. You understand? Because once they know you were coming, it's too late. Because if I was on the other side of that knife and I knew you were coming at me with a banger, or you were coming at me at all, any type of way, because we just had a little, a little spew about us arguing or whatever it may be. If I know you were going to come at me and try to harm me some type of way, I'm going to try to checkmate you and get you first. You feel me? So you always want to get the person before they know you're coming. You see what I'm saying? But it isn't as easy as that. You feel me? There's a couple little things that you're going to have to do and figure out first. One, off rip. My advice to you is you want to find out if that individual is affiliated. If that individual is in a gang, then obviously you might want to take a different path and go a different route about it. You know what I'm saying? And look at it and feel like, okay, well, is it really worth me getting this whole entire organization after me because of this situation that I do to that one individual? You got to make sure you're built for that. You got to make sure you're ready for that. You feel me? Take some time. By the time you look at it and you get to, visually, peep that individual and see if they are affiliated, you should also be able to peep their whole vibe. You understand? See how they're going about the situation. If they're not taking it that serious, you might want to just turn your head and let it go. Sweep it under the rug and keep it moving. There's bigger fish out there for you than that. You know what I'm saying? Not every single, argument or every single incident should be just straight taking the knife play. You feel me? That's where a lot of people get hurt and actually get left inside of prison. And what I mean by left is, I mean gone. You feel me? So you got to learn to, not every fight is meant to be picked as a fight. There's certain things that you got to choose your fights. You know what I'm saying? Not saying pick faces and let somebody try you. You feel me? And then, fight the other guy for trying you the same way. No, what I mean by that is you got to pick your battles as far as certain things aren't that serious, And some people might just be sweeping it under the rug themselves. And you attacking them could be jumping the gun is what we called it. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you always want to be on the safe end. You feel me? Those are the two main things that I feel like when it comes time to waiting for the right time to get your opponent, that you will obviously see when you're studying them. You will know if they're affiliated, and you will know if they're actually sweeping it under the rug or not. You could be able to tell by their energy. You feel me? You ain't got nothing but time on your hands, so you know the saying, patience is key, right? Well, just because you got time on your hand doesn't mean you want to be too patient, because at the same time you could be waiting and thinking that it's not what it is, and it can be what it is, and then that individual can get you first. You see what I'm saying? And that's what it is. The saying is, you slip, I'm a grip. So if you got somebody that wants to harm you, and you knew they were going to harm you, but they didn't do it, you attacking them first, you had the upper hand on them. You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, you want to make sure you feel it all out when it comes to every situation, all right? Me personally, I won't tell y'all too much about how it went down when I did certain things, but one thing I will tell you, one of the main places that I like to wait and get a hold of my opposition or the person I'm beefing with is outside of the dorm. I never want to do it inside of the dorm where I live, unless I have to, unless they come at me, sometimes some situations you can't, postpone. Some situations, them shits go down right then and there where it starts at. And that's, understandable. But if you can catch them outside the dorm, it's for the best. Because down here where I'm at in prison, we didn't have cameras everywhere. When I first got to prison, we didn't have cameras inside the dorm. So it was safe, to do what you needed to do inside the dorm. But doing it inside the dorm makes it to where they know for a fact somebody that lives in that dorm 9 times out of 10 is who did it. You get what I'm saying? So you're kind of like cutting your own perimeter of who it could be smaller. You're narrowing it down to that exact dorm. Instead, you catch them outside the dorm. When y'all go to canteen, when y'all are walking back from chow, when they're walking back from school or the kitchen or wherever they may be, and you find a blind spot. A blind spot is a spot where there is no camera access. Even though they got cameras and stuff now, watching down the walks and seeing, which way people go and everything, every institution you go to, there is going to be blind spots. So you wait till you get their ass in that blind spot and you give it to them. You do what you need to do to them. You feel me? And one thing I could speak on when it comes to, the facts of prison is 9 times out of 10, when we'd go to canteen, there was another dorm there. When we go to rec, there was multiple dorms there. When we're coming back from chow, there's people walking to chow, other dorms. School building, everybody's mixed in. It's all different dorms. You see what I'm saying? So it could be anybody that can attack that individual. You feel me? It isn't like you just got to worry about who's in your dorm yourself also. You're going to have people around you from different dorms that can attack you. You feel me? So I feel like waiting for the right time is definitely going to be waiting to do it outside the dorm. You ever heard the saying, you don't want to shit where you eat at? Of course, you don't want to cause attention and bring the heat to where you live at. You're going to have people in that dorm that have contraband, cell phones, or doing whatever they're doing, hustling, dope, running tattoos. There's going to be so much stuff going on inside the dorm that you doing that there inside of your dorm or quad or whatever y'all call it, y'all cell block. You doing it there, you are bringing that heat from the guards to your dorm. So you're putting everybody else's contraband or whatever they got going on at risk. So it's better to wait. You know what I'm saying? Wait until y'all are going to chow. Catch them early morning. You know what I'm saying? Like me personally, if I got into it with somebody, I ain't going to sleep that night. I'm going to be up the entire night. Unless we're in a 2-man cell, then obviously I could sleep. But I'm going to be up as soon as them damn doors pop. And I'm going to wait until we go to breakfast early morning because it's still dark out. And I'm going to come up on the side of you and rip your whole face open with a razor blade. That's something that you may have to do to somebody in order for it to not happen to you. You feel me? And of course, when you walk up on them, it's easy as 1, 2, 3. Say that you're farther behind in line, right? And y'all walk outside the dorm, and y'all are going down the walkway. You pass a couple blind spots, and you're like, what? I'm gonna do it after chow, or you might do it before chow, on your way to the chow hall or on the way back. But of course, you start wheezing your way closer and closer to him from inside the line. If he's 10th in line and you're 42nd in line, as y'all make your way to the chow hall, you start skipping, making your way closer and closer. And then you walk up on them, and you literally can just walk up on them and tap them on the shoulder on this side. And then when they turn this way, come up on the side of them with a razor blade and rip them on the other side. That's it. Keep it moving. as quick as 1, 2, 3. Just pat. That's it. Get your cut. And when you get your cut, soon as the air hits that cut, he's going to notice. You know, because razor blades cut like butter. So when somebody does get cut, you know, sometimes they don't even know they're cut at all. They won't even know. They'll just feel like something just brushed them. And then, and then they start leaking. And then they start panicking once they see all the blood. And when they start seeing how it's everywhere and it's just dripping and they don't know what to do, they start panicking and looking around. And everybody keeps it moving, whether they're walking this way or that way. People just keep it moving. That's it. And then, boom, you dispose of what you hit them with. You see, but you waited for the perfect time to catch them rather than in the dorm. Around every single person. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody's always going to know who did it. You know, if you're arguing with an individual in your dorm and a big fight breaks out right then and there and they get stabbed in that dorm, your whole dorm knows you did it. Now, if you're arguing with that individual and you wait till early morning breakfast time or you wait till later that day and they happen to get wet up and hit up, a handful of people are going to see it. Not everybody's dumb enough to know it wasn't you. You know, a lot of people are going to be up on game and know it was you anyways. You see what I'm saying? But that's going to make a lot of people not want to fuck with you either because they're going to know, look, that boy just cut him. He could cut me too. You see? So waiting is always a good thing. You feel me? But do not wait too long. And I'm going to keep saying that throughout this video because I've seen plenty of people who had the ups on their person. You feel me? That waited too long thinking that maybe they weren't going to do it or were purposely, you know, going past blind spots and kept waiting and either got caught with the banger or the razor blade or they just, you know, didn't do it in time and then that individual got them. Once word gets around to somebody that you're going to do something and word travels, boy. So once word gets around and that shit gets to that individual, they're going to come for you. And maybe anybody they're cool with, even if they're not affiliated, they'll have friends, people that don't want to come at you, you feel me? Just like if you heard somebody was going to wet you up this morning at breakfast, but they didn't, they spared you, what you going to do? You're going to go ask them, hey bro, were you going to wet me up? No, you finna go over there and you're going to pull your knife out on them and you're going to be like, got you, your ass played and boom, you know what I'm saying? That's what you should do if you're lucky enough to get put up on game before it happens, you know, but I feel like a lot of people jump the gun and they just want to like be the hardest person ever and feel like they're the hardest inmate. So no matter what the situation is, a lot of people react right then and there and will do something in front of everybody. And a lot of times they'll do something when that other individual wasn't even going to take it that serious. If you want to do something like that, we got a word for you down here. Crash dummy. We call that a crash dummy. You feel me? Because look at it. If you're on the compound making hundreds of dollars a week, hundreds of dollars, hustling, grinding, doing what you got to do, just soaking up this money, making it happen. You know, you're eating, you're doing what you got to do. You feel me? You're sitting here and you're milking the pound as good as you can. And then all of a sudden, you know, you get into a little argument with one individual and you pull a knife out in front of the whole dorm and just stab him. At the same time, you know, that was a crash dummy move because you just ruined everything you had. Everything you built up to get. That whole empire you building up and everything, you just tore it down yourself by not waiting it out for the right moment. You see what I'm saying? That's why you gotta make sure you know what you were doing and when to do it. Another thing I'm gonna say, when it comes down to doing something like that, whether it's beating them up, hitting them with a lock, or ripping them with a razor blade, or stabbing them up, whatever it is, one thing that you wanna make sure that you do is don't think too long because that's how you get caught. You get what I'm saying? I always been the type when I get in the shit on the streets growing up, when I was younger, as I got older, no matter what it was, you know, I never really planned shit. I just went with the flow. You feel me? Did what I needed to do, and the consequences come, the consequences come. And I'll tell you what, by me doing that, I found myself on the better end rather than the shit end of the stick way more times. You feel me? A lot of things I got in trouble for was something I didn't even do compared to the things that I got away with. You feel me? So a lot of people ain't as smart as they think they are. So them thinking and planning things out, they think that's the right way to do it. But in all reality, they ain't got all their screws and they're not smart enough. They're dumb as a box of rocks themselves. So their idea isn't a good idea. And their idea of what to do and how to get away with it, and as much as they dwelled on it, is what gets them caught. You see what I'm saying? That's why you got to make sure you just think of what it is you're going to do and do it. Oh, don't sit there and make such a big thing about it. But don't be a crash dummy. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these people that are crash dummies, they didn't stab them individuals right there in front of everybody because they were living like that. They did that out of fear.
You know what I'm saying? They did that because they weren't really living like that. And they felt like that this is what they needed to do. You get what I'm saying? If you back somebody, you know, into a corner with a gun, you know, and you back them into the corner and then they got one, somebody that is scared is most likely to hurt you before somebody who isn't scared. And that's what a lot of these people do. They be so scared that they think that you can mix that energy and put off the image that you're living like that by stabbing someone, but really you were scared for your life. So you did that to protect yourself because you thought you was finna die in this situation. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people put the wrong energy out there, and we just call them old soft-ass scaredy cats and trash dummies. You feel me? Me personally, if I get into an argument with you and I can either, you know, send bread and get you off the pound, put a hit on you, make a plate out of you, get you up out of there, or I could catch you in a blind spot, I'm going to do that before I risk losing my empire that I put together. I'm smart, you know, I got sense, you feel me? I didn't just take all these months to grind up here just to let somebody, you know what I'm saying, boom. Now, if it goes down right then and there and you know, someone's trying to harm me or they're trying to, you know, physically hurt me, or if I know they're coming for me, you know, it might not go the same way. I will risk losing every single thing if I have to. You feel me? But of course, 9 times out of 10, you won't have to. You feel me? And I feel like a lot of people do it the wrong way because they never want to wait for the right moment. They just think to do it right now, that's the moment. You feel me? Or they just think, oh, let me sit there and wait and think. And next thing you know, when it all goes down, let me see if he's going to come at me. And then they waited too long, and guess what happens? They get got. That person comes at them, rips them a whole new smile. You feel me? That's why you got to be careful, and you got to know. Peep and observe your surroundings. Don't just observe, you know, the people. You know, observe the places, the area, the items, the things, the locations. Peep every single thing. Read it. As it's going through your mind, just understand everything you're getting into. And before you know it, when you find yourself in a situation to where you have to plot on the right time, you will have more on your plate to work with. So you will know, you know what? I know that boy works outside the gate, DOT. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get his ass first thing in the morning. Or I know that boy usually has Vizzo. You feel me? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stash me a banger on the way to Vizzo. And then boom, when that boy, you know, gets ready to leave, when I see him hugging his people and everything, I'm going to clear it for my people first, hug them, dap them, and I'm going to go back. And when he comes walking down the walk, ain't no one out here right now but us walking back from Vizzo, I'm going to rip his face open. You see, that's how it goes. You got to just don't think about it and not do it. If you're going to think about that shit, you better do it because, you know, people can read energies. I know I can. You know, if I walk into a side of the dorm, you know what I'm saying, and I could just tell, I feel the tension in the air, I know something's off, you feel me? So I can peep that, you know. You will be able to also, if you're not ignoring the signs, you feel me? So if you're going to do it, just think about doing it and do it though. You know, don't sit there and dwell on it too long, or if you do, you're going to be one of these people that ended up coming out on the other side that got hurt the most. You feel me? And like I said, this video isn't me telling people to go inside the chain gang and start attacking people and wet people up, airlift people. This isn't what this video is about. This is more like breaking it down to let y'all know my opinion and when I feel like the perfect time to get someone is. And I guarantee you, if any prison guards are watching this video right now, any prison guards, they will tell you, they will know that people do get got almost every single day to and from the chow hall. It's facts. Why is it so much? Why is it so often? Because it's the easiest way. That's the main thing about being part of the right moment. You understand? I'd rather be somebody on the pound that got away with cutting 5 people by the time they caught me and put me in confinement than to be somebody that got caught the very first time. Because now you get caught the very first time, you lost everything you built, and what, you think all them people respect you? Well, guess what? 9 times out of 10, depending on where you are, if you get caught, they're going to ship you. They're going to transfer you. So that same people that you swear you just got respect from that seen you do that, you ain't never going to really see them again. You might see a couple of them here and there later on down the line at different institutions, but that same dorm you just wanted to get all that street credit in and all that, you know, respect, that shit goes right out the window, man. That shit don't mean nothing when you're behind that door in that box getting fed that slop. You see what I'm saying? So, of course, you want to plan that shit out, but never, ever let nobody try to harm you. It doesn't matter if it's right now. If they are trying to harm you and it leads to that, then hey, handle up. You know what I'm saying? But as far as letting it slide and then letting it go for good, or not, you know, thinking about it and then not doing it, you know, those things, that's what gets people flipped themselves. You feel me? And I'm just speaking dead ass honesty here, and I'm letting you know that majority of the things I've seen happen to someone in prison is their timing was off. I've seen so many people get caught with knives on the way to go do something when they had 10 chances before that. Now they got to walk around it and be violating, riding dirty with it on them more and more, because now they don't know if this person's going to do it to them now. You see, when they've been had the opportunity to just do it. You see what I'm saying? If your damn goal is to get this person on the rec yard, then obviously, boom, you do what you do to get the banger on the rec yard. And then when you're on the rec yard, you find your perfect way to approach and cut. That's it. Do what you got to do and get from around there. Once he starts bleeding, he might attack you. If so, then you fight him off. But if he don't, you know, you keep it missing. That's the best thing you can do. But don't risk bringing it to the rec yard and lay on them like you're going to do it. You know, keep studying them like you're going to do it, and then call bluff and don't do it. And then now you got to risk getting your banger back off the rec yard, back to the dorm. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, word got to him that you were going to wet him on the rec yard. So now you don't know if he's going to retaliate. So now everywhere you go, you got to walk around with a knife on you. Now you're just walking dirty for no reason. Man, straight up, the way I look at it, I had several knives. So many knives. Y'all have seen my footage. Y'all know what I be saying isn't cap. It's straight facts. You feel me? And I'm going to keep on posting that shit and letting y'all know what it's really like. One thing I will tell you is I had so many knives that I could not carry a knife. You feel me? But one thing I will tell you is if I wasn't carrying a knife, it was close by. You feel me? I was known to have bangers, because if I needed to go there, I will go there. You feel me? I've seen so many people get caught with bangers, claiming they're on their way to go do something to somebody, riding with it longer than they needed to. They could have just did what they needed to do off rip and wouldn't have had to worry about getting caught with that knife. And then they make it look like, oh, if I didn't get caught with this, that person would have been got. So then the other person, what, you think they feel like they're spared? No, they feel like you either pulled a check-in stunt and didn't do nothing and got caught with that knife because you thought they were going to come at you, or they're going to look at it like you played. You should have been got me. That's how they're going to look at it. You feel me? So I feel like, my opinion is, you know, the right timing to do it is wait and then do it. Peep game, conquer. That's it. 1, 2, 3. It's not that hard. That's my opinion to y'all. That's all I got for y'all today. Y'all drop in the comment section. Let me know if you think anything different. You feel me? Let me know if you think right then and there you should do it in front of everybody. Or if you think wait and see what they're going to do. You know, I know a lot of people ain't going to agree, but I know one thing about it. Regardless who agrees or not, what I'm saying is facts from experience. You see, from what I seen firsthand, went through firsthand. So regardless who agrees or not, you know, Kfrog TV is going to tell you what Kfrog went through and observed. You feel me? But anyways, that's all I got for y'all. Make sure y'all drop it in the comment section, man. What y'all would do in that type of situation. What's the perfect timing for you? When would you decide to peep game and conquer? You feel me? That's what the comment section's for. Y'all already know, man, like I always say, make sure you keep them rats, squares, clowns, chomos, pedos, gunners, wannabe island boys, and clop chasers out your circle. And until next time, this the one and only, I am my team, Frog.
I'm a criminal, I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though.
I'm a cool nigga, but I got a limit though, cause I'm a criminal, yeah, I'm a criminal.